Hello everyone, thanks for watching. I've been watching the polls in recent weeks, and today the Socialist TV network NBC came out with their most recent poll and published their results. And it goes along with what other polls have been saying by both right-wing and left-wing people like NBC. And what the poll basically said was 66% of Democrats are either socialist and or communist. So the overwhelming majority of Democrats are now socialist or communist. It's that simple. And back in 1979, I think it was, I remember a comment made by the Prime Minister of England. England is a socialist government, much like Canada. And she said, well, the problem with socialism is you eventually run out of other people's money. And the Italians and the Greeks have traditionally had a problem with exactly that. Over and over and over again, they've had to be bailed out by their fellow Europeans, who were first in the economic European Union and now in the European Union, that the British left. And the British left for obvious reasons, because they could see, of all the socialist countries in Europe, England is the least socialist. But of those countries, France and Germany were the strongest economies. England was third in Europe, traditionally. But what's happened over time is the two biggest socialized countries were Germany and France. And they're both in hard economic times because of the percent of their budget, both of them, their budgets, plural, that they're putting into socialism. The bulk of the money their government spends is on medicine, housing, all these things to keep socialism going. Well, news flash for you all, if you haven't been keeping up with the news, France and Germany are actually massively in decline, and they're borrowing like mad to try to keep what they got going right now going, while their industrialized pieces are leaving or shutting down, one of the two. The primary reason is they're overtaxed, just like every socialist country. And those two countries could survive, and England, on what they were exporting to the United States. But now with the tariffs, as they already are, their industrial base is collapsing, because their whole economies were built on exporting to the world, but primarily exporting to the United States. Now, some of the German automobile manufacturers, like Volkswagen, which has assembly plant in Tennessee, and I think they have some parts manufacturing from around the Midwest that are going there as well. They're not building the Volkswagens in Germany that they once did. And Mercedes and Audi and some of the other ones that were being built, for instance, in Germany, aren't getting the exports that they once did. And now they got the tariffs on them. They're going to be exporting a lot less, because they were expensive automobiles to start off with, and with a 15% tariff, well, they're really not competitive in this market. That's why I made a video earlier when I said I don't think there's any way that Europe is going to invest the kind of dollars in our economy that they said they were, the European Union as a whole, because all of their bigger economies is in trouble due to their socialistic spending. And now we got retards in this country who can't take Margaret Thatcher's words to heart. And we've been doing a lot of socialistic spending for a long time, and we are in trouble. We have $37 trillion in debt. That is not maintainable. That's not going to work. And why do we have so much in debt? Because of the money, primarily, not what we spent abroad, not what we spent on our military, what we spent on our socialistic programs here. So, the fact that Mandawi is running for mayor of New York as a socialist, a well-known socialist, not to mention supporter of terrorists like Hamas and Muslim Brotherhood, etc., 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 just keeps going on and on and on. People better wake up. They better wake up as to who and what the Democrat Party is, because what they are is socialists and communists, trying to take this country down the wrong path. But if you take it down long enough, you'll destroy the country. And you can see what's happening over in Europe. You can see that here. All right, that's all I got for now. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.